Don't flick off, Raul.
No, that was for Jan.
Let that suspense build a little bit. All right, guys. Hey, we're back with the Grabbing the Brisket podcast. Hey, we got a wonderful episode planned for you guys. We got Chris Larsen, one of the quality directors for Freebirds World Burritos, in the house. When I say in the house, he's going to be Skyping in here a little bit. But we're super excited. It's going to be fun. It's a blast. I mean, we're fueled up, ready to go. Hey, how's everybody's day going?
Well, we all just gorged on some burritos, so
did.
it's so far so good.
Let's talk about that for a second. I mean, you and John coming in here, racing in here with 5 plates or 5 different meals of burritos, monster burritos, burrito bowls, all from Freebirds. And today we tested out the brisket, the Texas brisket that they put on their menu. They have a lot of Texas, I guess, themed or Texas inspired food on the menu, and I think they've had that for a long time. But they finally brought in
The king.
the king, right?
The
They
OG.
call it the Texas Smoke Show.
Let's go, man. And we'll get into that and whatever. But I'm telling you, man, we should come with food all the time. Like it's nice not even have to worry about this. Come in and have a little snack, and
Yeah, but
drink a
just
little beer.
little bit of honesty. Like, how's
Yeah.
everybody feeling right now?
Oh, a little lethargic.
A little full.
A little meat sweats just happened. I don't know.
I just watched Matt just throw down a burrito just the size of my arm.
Yeah,
Like
well, here's what we
monster.
did. We roll in there, and Matt lets everybody order our food, and then he goes last and goes, "Yeah, I'll take double meat on a Mondo Mega
right.
Burrito or whatever the hell they call it." It's just like
What'd you call it?
Mondo Mega Burrito.
No.
Yep.
It's called the Monster.
It's the same.
There is a super monster, so I had a little restraint. Okay, I didn't get the super.
You know what the
monster.
Super Monster is? It's 2 tortillas, and they overlap them, and they roll one crazy huge burrito with it.
I don't know if I could make it this podcast if I had that.
You can't make it through a week after having one of those. You got to go into a coma. Listen. We're gonna get into Freebirds and get into I guess just our thoughts or our experiences and whatever else, and obviously have Chris on, and I cannot wait to have the mastermind behind some of the creativeness and that's what he does, right? He creates different foods or sauces or menus, and and they implement them. It's kind of a badass job. So excited to have him on. And then, but yeah, I'd like to get maybe like the elephant in the room here, John.
I'm the elephant.
Yeah,
John.
you've been gone, man.
Yeesh.
You've been gone.
Yeesh. Did you miss me?
I did miss you, man. Yeah, 100%.
I miss this too.
I didn't miss the curse of John because I don't know if anybody noticed this. When John left Houston, Houston just got pummeled with just
Right.
crazy freak storms, tornadoes, monsoons.
Yeah, the curse of Lathrop.
hurricanes.
Yeah.
It all
Oklahoma.
just
The
like
United States got Iowa. Well, that's not John's fault. But let's
right.
just.
Did you take your pocket crystal with you or something like that, or
I don't know.
What kind of protection
Weather-
spells are you using?
The weather was perfect over there. I'll tell you
I'm
that.
sure it was.
It was like
You got a
85
tan.
and sunny the whole time. Yeah, look at this.
Got a tan, dude. Look at that.
Yeah, what'd you eat over there?
I ate all kinds of shit. There was so much good food. It's a French island. St. Bart's was where I was. So everybody was saying bonjour all the time.
Nice. I called it St. Root beers.
Yeah,
That
St. Root beers.
that's what.
I love it. That's pretty
How
good.
long were you waiting to
Saint-
bust that one out?
just like a minute.
Yeah. What is a root beer? Is it Bartles? No, that's a wine cooler. Bartles and James.
He's thinking Barks.
Yeah, you got Bargs.
Bargs. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
I was thinking of a wine cooler. I'm like Bartles and James. What? What's going on here? Yeah. No, Bargs, man. We don't. Do you ever see that root beer anymore?
I think Mug.
I see A&W.
A&W and Mug is just like cornered the market.
I don't
on
see
that, right?
Bargs root beer. That shit was good, right?
Rarely. I mean, how much do you drink root beer nowadays?
I mean, I
Like
don't
my
know.
kids
I
get
don't know.
it, but
I drink the bottled, but it's A&W.
Yeah.
A&W is probably king.
It's
Certain
okay.
age you get where you're just like,
It's
I just don't
okay.
want root beer anymore.
Yeah. You graduated.
I like
You
root beer.
graduated. So
You graduated to beer.
So you went off, John. You flew out and went on a vacation with you and your wife, and just be honest. You missed us, right?
Mm-hmm.
You were bored. You had nothing
Well,
to talk about. Like
well.
5 minutes hanging out, you're like, okay, can't talk to her anymore. I got to go find.
Yeah,
Like what?
I don't know
What
about
did you
that.
do? Like,
Every time I walked into a room
Yeah.
or an area, there would be somebody there with a tray of beer or wine or champagne.
You're gluttonous.
Yes, 100%. And then some
Okay.
kind of hors d'oeuvres, you know? Even if I'm in flip flops. And I did wear my, I bought Bucky's swim trunks and the matching button up Bucky's shirt. So it was all matching.
you got to do that.
Oh, dude, people fucking lost it. They thought it was the greatest thing ever. Half of them were like, "Oh my god, what brand is that?" Because they aren't from Texas. They were like, "Oh, that is so cool." Like they think it's like something fancy, and then the people that know were like, "Oh my god, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen."
Yeah,
Here we
right.
go,
They're
fist
like-
bump, fist bump.
Is that Gucci?
Yeah,
Is it
exactly.
Gucci
It's
making
exactly
that?
what people were thinking. It was crazy.
Funny, dude.
It's a new.
I'll sell it to you for about $1,000.
Yeah, it's new.
Right.
It's synthetic. It's called Bucky.
Yeah.
No big deal. Right?
Bucys.
They
Yeah,
actually
so that'd be their premium line name.
Right.
UCs.
they actually source
funny.
all the plastic from out of the sea, and then they
Yeah.
create this nice woven shirt. So
Yeah. But yeah, it was good. The food was really good for the most part. Other than one night we had ribeye steaks, and it was not good at all. It's really bad.
It just
Oh, I saw that picture.
Yeah, it was not
It
good.
Quality,
looked
man.
like yeah.
it's not Texas.
There was no sear. There was no seasoning.
It's just baked.
Yeah, and it was overcooked. So
It looked like a steak you'd get at IHOP.
Listen,
That's
I'm saying
what
right
that
now,
looked like.
you're staying at a 5-star resort, and you were staying at a 5-star resort.
yeah,
Okay,
well, actually, this was when we went out. This was not at the resort. This was at a restaurant they brought us to, and
send it
everything
back.
else there was great.
I
but-
send the steak back.
well,
I say-
they brought it to the whole
Yeah,
table.
it-
so.
do it again.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I say, do it again.
Again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm very firm about that.
Literally, Jan's going back there.
Yeah,
Like,
I like.
let me show you.
I'll
Let me
take
tell you
over.
what you
He's
did.
rewriting all their cooking protocols for steaks. He's like, look, you
Ain't-
do this and this, and
It
then
ain't, it ain't the first time I entered a
They
kitchen.
wouldn't have understood anything he said, probably.
Yeah.
I think most
No.
of them didn't speak
No.
English.
universal language.
Yeah, it was all
Parlez-vous
French.
français?
Yeah.
Oui, oui. Got it. Got it. Let me take over the grill.
Yeah, I think by the time the food came, honestly, I was pretty schnockered at that point. So I just ate the other stuff, the lobster and the
yeah, damn. Yeah,
He had
lobster.
to suffer.
the ganakachi with truffles on it.
Gnocchi?
Yeah,
Gnocchi?
ganakachi.
Yeah, okay. It's great. I like the way you say it too. It just sounds fancy.
Very cultured, John.
He is. He is.
It was
So,
amazing.
we had a good time. Well, you know what we did when you were gone, John? We held down the fort.
Yeah.
We held down the fort.
Yeah, me and Jan, we drove through a freaking monsoon.
We did.
to get here to record the last week's episode.
Yeah.
At
Was
one
it, was it
point,
just y'all two?
yes.
We,
No, Matt met us.
I
Matt,
was trying to think. Like,
Matt
no,
went to
I drove.
Whataburger.
Yeah, that's
No,
right. Yeah, I
the
drove
week,
separate.
the week before that was James and I.
Yeah. That one I already edited. It's
Yeah,
going out.
Correct.
So.
The one we pulled up into the gas station to get some beers, and rain's dropping. I mean, it's dropping. The wind's blowing and all that stuff like that. And then we're trying to hurry and just get the ice
6-pound
into
raindrop.
the cooler. Yeah. And all of a sudden it's like, damn, I'm soaked. You get in the car and it's like all of a sudden we're sitting there just chilling. We're talking, whatever, just fixing our
Cocktails.
cup holder situation.
We're making drinks.
All of a sudden the truck just goes whoosh, and Jan's like, "Holy shit!" He's like, "Let's get the fuck out of here." I'm like, "I'm not sitting here dying at a gas station."
Yeah. I may die in a lot of places.
We'll
it
get
will
on the
never
road.
be at a gas station. So,
So it was fun. And then we got on the road, and then we got behind a big semi that was hauling a bunch of like pipe.
Ooh.
We're like,
Final destination, huh?
let's just back up a little bit.
That's exactly what we actually said the words.
did.
Final destination.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all it can be, really. So I don't know. It's been a wild couple of weeks, definitely with the weather here in Texas. John being out of town, living his best life. He's sending us pictures of his food every day, which I'm like, please just stop. Please stop sending me pictures of your badass. What was the short rib? Did you have a short rib thing one night?
Dude, there was no, it wasn't a short rib. It was a beef cheeks. Yeah.
That's right.
yeah.
Beef
Yeah,
cheeks.
the guy explaining it, he's like, he's raised for 12 hours in red wine and blah, 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 blah. Oh, sounds amazing. I'll have that.
Hate the
Good
shit out of it,
impression.
that's
Good
what you-
impression.
I'll take double, sir.
Right.
Let's go.
That's the thing. So like, were y'all at an all inclusive, or were y'all at just a normal resort?
Well, it was just a regular, yeah, it was just a resort.
So
So
when y'all went to-
basically everything was covered, yeah.
Right, because y'all were there with a company and whatever else. So, but I went to an all-inclusive resort, and I'm literally sitting there with a fillet and lobster, and I was like, I think I could do another fillet. Come out, I was like, this is really good. And they literally brought out like a whole new fillet, a whole new lobster. I was like, hey, look, man, I think like, no, it's fine. Just keep eating. You're like, Okay, sounds good.
You didn't just stuff
Best.
that lobster tail
I
in your
killed
pocket
it.
Napoleon Dynamite style.
I killed
like-
2 fillets
take
and 2
another one,
lobsters.
please.
Is what I did. And then I was like, I'm so stuffed. I got to go back to the room and lay down for a while. It ruined like an hour and a half of my time
That's the worst.
because I had to reset, and then it was like late. It got like 9 o'clock, and then I remember Amy like, "Well, you want to go?" I was like, "Yeah, it's fine." And she made it out like 30 minutes. She's like, "I could go back to the room. I'm tired." And then I raged till like 3 in the morning by myself at a couples resort, which is really weird because like I found myself like a lot of the guys, they could hang, but none of their wives could. So they'd peel off and drop off their wives and come right back to the pub, and they're like, "Let's go!" Right? I mean, we were just like slamming drinks. It was pretty fun. Yeah. I don't know why I shared their story. But
Yeah.
I know, like
reminded
touched
me
a
of
core
resort.
memory there.
Yeah,
Jeez.
it reminded me of a resort thing. Okay, I don't know why I shared that one, but yeah.
I think John has some hot off the grill barbecue news.
I do. And I was just going to say, when you did the barbecue news last time, you forgot to say hot off the grill. But
Yeah.
Raul still pulled it together with the.
I just do it my way. Like Frank Sinatra.
Wow.
All right. Well, here's what we got: hot off the grill barbecue news. Brought to you by Barbecue News Magazine and NBBQA. If you've been following along with any barbecue at all, you know Memphis in May just happened, and the Smokeslam just happened. Well, our friends, I think I got a picture up here from the shed. They got grand champions.
There it is.
Nope, that's not it. That is a different one. There it is. Yep, our friends out there, the shed. I think Mike Starr was cooking with them. A bunch of the folks.
See a
that we,
lot of familiar faces out
yeah,
there. You see
right.
Mike up there.
Yep, that's awesome.
Yeah. So that's a big one. What's that check say? $26,000.
Yep.
That's pretty good. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So they killed it out there. And there was Heath Riles was out there. He got first in ribs. Big Bob Gibson. I think that's Chris Lilly, ain't it? First in shoulder. The shed, of course, got first in whole hog and first overall. And there's a whole list of folks that won all the different categories. I'll put a link in our description if you guys want to go in and see who won what, because there's a bunch of winners and almost every name on there. You're like, oh yeah, like you could tell the who's who. A lot of them went to Memphis in May.
Yeah.
And then over there at Smokeslam, Riley Wright was over there, and she was the World's Junior Barbecue Championship. Is that
That's
what it is?
That's
Yeah.
a steak princess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Steak
that's
Princess
right.
had her on. I don't remember what episode it was now, but yeah. So she won the World Junior Barbecue League Grand Champion. And she was first in a couple of different categories. I don't remember which ones it was. But
Remind me, did these two happen at the same time or was it like offset?
nope.
Same time.
Same time,
Yeah,
same
okay.
weekend, same city.
Yeah. Woo.
Yeah.
Little competition.
Damn, $5,000 right there. Boom.
Yeah, so Smokeslam, same thing. They had all their stuff going on. Let's see. The ribs first place for Smokeslam was the Smokemasters Barbecue. Pulled pork was Porkers. Say that 5 times fast.
Porkers?
Porkers.
Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather.
Whole hog was Hog Addiction. And the grand champion was Smokemasters Barbecue. There they are.
Damn.
So, they got a big freaking fat check. That one right there says 50,000.
Oh, it says 15,000.
Yeah, so they
Well, that one says 50. That
Yeah.
one says 15.
Oh, wow, yeah.
yeah.
We just said that. We literally just repeated the same thing we just said.
But did you see the one that says 50,000?
Oh, did you see the one that says 15?
Yeah. So if you put it all together,
What is that?
Yeah. My bad, guys.
I like that shirt, James.
Carry on with your bullshit.
I like that shirt, James. That
Thanks,
is
man.
just a legit shirt. Hope we can get that in the picture there.
Yeah. Don't be trying to disarm me over here with your negative comments before and making compliments on my shirt.
Is that a compliment
Right,
sandwich?
right.
Say something nice, say something mean.
There it is.
All right. Dude,
yeah.
that's badass. I'm honestly like happy and proud of these people and jealous as well.
Yeah.
I want to be there. I mean, I
do too.
I want to experience that.
I know Mike was he was doing demos and cooking at both, so he was going back and forth, Blazing Star. And I did talk to Kel, and he said that their open fire experience that they did at Smokeslam with Alfregoni and all them was a huge success. So
Nice.
that's it. That's all I got for right now. Hot off the grill barbecue news.
Yeah, man. I guess competing the other day, helping out ice cold cookers, which They ended up getting third overall or something, second overall. And I'm not saying that it was us that did anything.
What, to prevent him getting first?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
But I will say it definitely lit a little fire for me because I just feel like I just want to compete a little bit more.
You've had the itch for a while.
yeah,
Man. You've had the itch. Yeah.
So I'm probably gonna pick a few cook-offs coming up here, and I'm gonna try to hit it, man, because I think I've got a lot left in the tank when it comes to winning, and it just it felt good just to get out there, get up early, just rock it, right, just grind, which is kind of what it is. And you see stuff like this, and obviously the guys are having fun. It's camaraderie. It's family. It's learning. It's winning. It's talking shit. It's eating great food. It's drinking cold beer. It's probably one of the best times you can have as a human being doing any type of thing. Like going to a sporting event. It's great. It's 3 hours and you're done and you get to go home. But this is 2 days of living out the best life you have if you're into that kind of stuff. And if you're anything like me, the talking smack a little bit, chirping, those are things that I really, really, really love when it comes to when it comes to competing in barbecue. And I think that's kind of what we're missing a little bit, a little swagger, right? And winning always brings a little more swagger to it, but I think that's kind of what we're missing a little bit. And like I said, I'm gonna pick out a few cook-offs. Hopefully, you guys can make them out there, and yeah. But
Definitely will go.
hey, we're ready. Okay, so I mean, Austin's great, and I want to continue doing that one, but I've got to do a lot more cook-offs. Yeah, way more.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah. Let me jump on that. I mean, for people out there that have never competed in barbecue, hey, jump out there and do it. Find a local competition. It doesn't matter really what sanctioning body it is. Find a competition and get out there. Drag your Old Smoky, drag your Weber out there, whatever it is that you're using in the backyard, and give it a go. Try it.
drag out your portable oven and plug it in. Who gives a shit? Right? Cheating is cheating.
That's my Traeger right there. And I mean, not
Exactly.
Traeger, but yeah, that's my, yeah.
Yeah. No, that's funny. Yeah. No, I hear you. But no, I think that's what you're going to see one day. You're going to see an extension cord down to somebody's GE stove is going to be locked in at 250, and they're like, no, I know how to do this. We're winning. I'm like, damn it, we just got outplayed again. Just when I got
say, as long as it uses some type of wood.
Yeah, right.
Throw little chips in there.
It's a little water pan of chips.
Like
done.
3 chips.
Yeah, on top of that heating coil. What else do you want?
Yeah, this is liquid wood. Yeah.
I love it. No, listen. So I think we're ready.
Smoking meats isn't just cooking, it's an art form. The aroma, those deep flavors, the patience, it's a whole experience.
And behind every great artist, there's the right set of tools. If you're aiming to build your own barbecue pit or dreaming of a custom design tailored just for you, SmokerBuilder.com has your back.
Led by Frank Cox, their expertise is unmatched. Offering blueprints, kits, and insights, they turn every barbecue dream into a flavorful reality.
Imagine your backyard, the center of attention, and at the heart of it, a smoker that's uniquely yours.
It's more than just equipment. It's about crafting those unforgettable moments. And with the guidance of Frank and his team, you're setting the stage for magic.
So whether you're a seasoned pitmaster or taking your first steps into the smoky world,
Head over to SmokerBuilder.com, fill up your carts, and be sure to use the promo code GRABTHEBRISKET in all caps to receive your 10% discount. Smoke on.
Chris, it's 90-second beer review. Don't worry, we'll be done in 90 seconds. We got you, man.
Always 90
got
seconds.
you, fam. Okay.
So you got to start it off right. This
Let's
is grabbing
go,
the
dude.
brisket.
Beer review.
That was sultry.
Magical.
It was. Yeah.
Yeah, what do we got here?
So we've got the Modelo Negro. This is a badass little drink, dude. I've actually had this before. I like these a lot, but I don't know. We've never really actually done this on the podcast,
I think
right?
we've just done the Especial.
Okay.
Yeah. We've never done the
the
Negro Modelo. This is a darker one, right?
Yeah, for sure. This is my go-to Mexican beer right here. This is
it's
the one
so
I always
good.
want.
It's so rich. It's just It's malty a little bit. It feels good when it hits the back of the throat. You know, yeah, man. This is delightful. 90-second beer review. We got plenty of time, guys. Don't take your time.
5.4%.
5.4 ABV.
Yeah.
All
This
day
is
long.
good. It's smooth. It's got a little bit of bitterness to it. It's got a weird aftertaste a little bit for me. Anybody else getting a little something
Nope.
weird at the end there?
Nope. Medium bodied lager with a slow roasted caramel malts. That's exactly what I said, man.
Okay, yeah,
I
you can
basically-
tell. You can tell
I
it's slow
basically
roasted.
just said that. I mean,
It's definitely not
It's
the-
almost the same word for words I use.
It's not the fast roasted
Modelo, are you in my head? Let's go.
You've gotten that good, John. You can tell.
Right. I could do out the foil. I'm gonna be honest, guys.
It's amazing.
Give your ass.
Are you struggling?
I mean, let's just. I mean, I know it makes it look pretty and just fancy. But
All
I
right,
can do it
I'm going to
like
jump in with a score.
ahead.
This is good. It's not my favorite ever, but it's pretty good. I'm going to go 6.9. It's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
weird.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll go next. And again, I want to say it one more time. It's still the 90-second beer review, guys, and you get plenty of time to get your stuff out there. I'm going to go with the one more second here.
Okay.
One sip. Everybody
Matt?
knows the rules.
that. Yeah, not trademarked.
That's a 8.4.
8.4.
8.4.
Wow.
It's a good beer, man.
That is high.
Okay.
Good beer.
Normally, I would give this. There is something a little bit off about it, John. You're not wrong there. Normally, I would give this like upper 8s. Today, it's like a 7.4. Still good. Still very good
Okay.
beer. Still enjoying it.
Just
Okay.
a bad batch, right?
No,
Yeah.
Not the best batches.
It's not Modelo's fault.
But it's also our attempt to drink some more beers, review some more beers that everybody out there has access to. Everybody in the U.S. should have access to this one.
Yeah. If you don't, come to Texas.
All right. Well, I am not going to beat around the bush. I'm going to just jump right in there and get that score as a 7.0. It's a solid beer.
It's a rookie score is what it is.
It's a
That's
solid
on
beer.
you.
I do like that. Of course, this is more kind of just a dark lager, so it's not like typical of the Mexican cervezas. But I do like how it's not in a clear bottle. You know what I mean?
That's it, yeah.
You get the regular especial. You got to worry about those because they can get a little skunky.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a clear bottle, right?
The clear bottle.
It's
can
the
take a
sunlight,
little-
the
yeah,
UVs or whatever. I'm not sure. I don't know how that really
science like sun rays and
No, it's true. The UV gets in there and it skunks your beer out a little bit. So
Yeah.
it's true.
Well, FU UVs. Okay. Well, you know what? I think that I think that includes or concludes the grabbing their brisket.
Beer review.
There it is. Cheers.
That might be the
little
fastest one
smoky
we've
flavor
actually
in
ever
there.
done.
90 seconds, man. It's always 90 seconds. What are you talking about?
That's about right.
Yeah. Cheers, fellas.
All right.
Threw down some ribs last night. Used the Chicks That Smoke spicy rub. Mind blown.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like the Chicks That Smoke spicy barbecue all-purpose rub, dude, it is a game changer for sure.
Yeah, if you folks have not given it a shot, you need to.
Honestly, your barbecue will thank you.
Chicks That Smoke. It's at sucklebusters.com.
I wasn't judging too much.
Yeah.
I will say
Yeah.
the glass on the bottles do impact the flavor, but that's for another podcast, I guess.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, we're not beer aficionados. We just know what we like.
We just
and-
drink too much.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. Well, we know what we like, right?
Well, that's the point, right? Know what you like and go for that.
That's right. That's right, man. Well, so welcome into the podcast. I don't know if you had a chance to kind of see the podcast or kind of how this is done or how we do it. I'm not sure how it's supposed to be done, to be honest with you. I know we kind of get into a rhythm a little bit. We rib each other a little. We're definitely if we see a weakness, we're gonna poke it. Pull we're gonna pull that thread. I guess.
Like the plant behind me that my wife has in my kitchen. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can
Yeah. Yeah.
Poke fun. Go for it.
Yeah. Right.
Behind the fern.
I'm with you on that one.
What are you hunting tigers out there, or what's going on? Is that a
It's the
safari?
Serengeti of Texas in north of
It is.
Austin. Yeah,
Yeah, he's gonna have one of those hats on, like the Serengeti hat, right? Yeah, I love it, man.
exactly.
Well, man, we appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to join us. I don't know if you know this or not, but we all just went around. We just ate the shit out of those burritos just a minute ago. I mean, we're all stuffed, and like I made a comment earlier. I was like, "Hey, man, this is great. Maybe we should like, bring snacks in here more often and eat." And then James says, "Well, how do you feel?" And I go,
Sleepy.
I feel a little lethargic. I feel a little sleepy.
Yeah, that can happen.
Yeah, but man, I'm telling you, man, y'all have hit a home run on this smoke show. This Texas brisket burrito, man. It is way more than I thought it was going to be. And I'm not gonna lie, man. I was ready to pounce on this a little bit and go, okay, where's the brisket at? Is it all chopped up and it's so fine you can't see it, or is it this, or is it that? And you guys blew me out of the freaking water. I mean, it is phenomenal. Every bite to the end, I was thinking like, and it wasn't like you had to like, where's the brisket? It was loaded full of brisket. The sauce, the tomatillo sauce, the spiciness. Yeah, the corn. I actually opted out of the corn on mine. James got his with corn. I think you guys got y'all's.
I like the corn.
Yeah, I just opted for. I just wanted to see just the corn adds a little extra flavor, and I just wanted to peel that back a little bit. I'm blown away, man.
Well, I truly appreciate that one. And, you know, the goal that we're looking for is to impress our guests every single time and have an authentic Texas experience, which coming from Chicago, outside of Chicago, I know is probably not, it's taken, the learning curve has been a little bit for the Texas brisket, but we've kind of dialed in and learned from our guests. And I think this year, man, this brisket's just been knockout. So I won't disagree with you whatsoever on that one.
Yeah, I was expecting to get like that shredded stuff that kind of looks like pulled pork. You know, sometimes
Yeah,
they'll
right.
have like a brisket on their menu. Like, ooh, let me check this out, and it's just like shredded a mess or whatever.
Right.
This was actually like an actual sliced brisket that was then like cubed up a little bit just to make it easier to eat inside of a burrito. So I was really impressed by that. And you can actually see like a smoke ring. There's just some bark on the outside of there.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it looked like a legit brisket. So
Yeah. No, it's exactly what it felt like. So I guess if you don't mind, Chris, if you could just kind of take us through really like I guess you're in charge of creating new items or putting new food on the shelf or on the menus or
So almost all of the above, you know, we work together, but really looking for things that can separate us. You know, we are a Texas brand through and through. So we look for items and spices and flavors that sing home to Texas and then build off of that. So, you know, when I moved to Texas 14 years ago, brisket's number one through and through. So we started and have built every single year and improved. The first year, I'll admit, I did not do a great job being from Chicago, but we definitely, I think, you know, listen to our guests and hear the feedback, and you know, I think we're almost to the level of a regular barbecue restaurant on that one.
Yeah.
I'll be honest. I've been to plenty of barbecue restaurants that had a lot worse brisket than that. So
100%.
yeah,
Right.
Yeah. Like as soon as my first bite, my eyes lit up and I was like, dude, this is really good. And then I immediately went in for a second bite and I was like, oh my God, it was way better than I thought it was going to be. I'm not going to lie to you, man. And it's not to be slight or anything. You look at a Freebird and you're like, okay, how are they going to do this brisket? How are they going to make this thing, you know, what the real estate's taken up inside most of these facilities, right? And you get your kitchen and everything else, but I don't know, man. Like I'm definitely a fan, and I've been talking about this for a little bit. I know we've been kind of talking to you guys for a little bit, for about 3 weeks to a month now, and I brought this up at work, and we had a guy at work that he was like, you know what, I'm gonna go today and eat that for lunch. I said, sounds good, man. Let me know how it is. So he goes and he has it for lunch, and he comes back. He's like, you should have went, dude. It was so good. And I was like, okay, whatever. You don't even barbecue really, but you're sure. Sounds good. So then over the course of the week, he tells me, he's like, hey, I liked it so much. I went again. It was like in the same week, right? It was like, it was on a Monday. It's hypothetically say it's on a Monday. On a Wednesday, he'd already went back again. Then over the weekend comes, he goes over the weekend and he goes again. And then he goes again on the next Monday. I'm like, oh my God, dude, you ate there 4 times in 7 days. He's like, I don't know what's going on, man. I had the bowl, I had the burrito. Like, they're so freaking good. I've customized it. I do this, I do that. I'm like, there it is, man. That's That's what you're getting.
Yeah. Has he had Freebirds before, or is this just the smoke show?
So he said it'd been a long time. He said, "Man, it's been a while since I've been over." I said, "Man, there's one right on the street." He goes, "I know there is. It's been a while since I've been down there. It's been maybe a year or two." And I was like, "Dude, go check it out." So he goes, and literally every time he goes now, it's like I get this like, went to Freebirds today. I'm like, okay, sounds good, man.
There it is.
I'm glad you like it. Tell your friends. So no, it's definitely cool, man.
Chris, can you tell us a little bit about like what the process is when you're actually making the briskets? Like, I don't know if you guys are smoking them there in the shop or cooking them there in the shop, or how does that all work?
So we have found partners that are sourced in Texas. So we work with a company called Stampede. So it's all smoked in Texas. It takes 16 hours. We looked for spices for the rub, from salt, black pepper, touch of garlic, little paprika, which I know is not traditional, but it's smoked 16 hours with post oak, touch of hickory, and then they dice it for us so we can execute no matter what restaurant at the highest level possible.
Damn, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Who's doing that kind of stuff, man?
Yeah, right.
That's
Just
cool.
cooking briskets all day long like that.
Yeah.
Well,
no
I mean,
kidding.
I'm not trying to throw shade at other companies, and I won't mention other names or whatever. But I saw a social media post. This is a sandwich shop, and it went viral, and it was a employee showing how this steak was prepared for the sandwich. When you go in and get like the little steak sandwich or whatever, and he opened up the Ziploc bag, and it just looked like just mush,
Gray mush.
just gray mush that just gets dumped into a little thing that gets warmed up. And I'm like, I don't want to see that. Like,
Yeah,
why
right.
are you showing me that?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I definitely appreciate you guys taking the time and the quality and putting forth the effort to maintain the quality of doing that brisket, because it is a challenge going from smoking on a pit 16 hours and letting it rest and chopping it up and cutting it up and processing it and bagging it and distributing it out to all your partners, and then you open up and then let's reheat this, let's make sure this is or cook it or whatever, reheat it to where it comes out the most optimal,
the highest quality
that you can put out there, guys. And it definitely shows in the burrito that I had, because the flavor was phenomenal. The brisket was tender, flavor was spot on. So kudos to that. Appreciate you. I don't know if we ever, Jan mentioned earlier, like, a lot of people kind of sleep on Freebirds. They forget about Freebirds. And I'll be honest myself, it's like I grew up on eating Freebirds. I remember going to the first Freebirds that was put into Texas in College Station and being introduced into that
Right in
style
college, man.
of burritos. And I'm just like, this is blowing my mind. I love this. I wish I had one. And then fast forward to where it was introduced into our area, ate it all the time. And I'll be honest, it wasn't until we were introduced to the smoke show, the whatever, I was like, why am I not eating Freebirds anymore? And I know there's a lot of options out there, other like I guess rivals or other people that are doing their type of thing. But me personally, the quality that you guys are putting out there, the portions, the taste, the
dude,
flavors,
you can't
it's
talk
spot
about
on. It's spot on. I'm just saying,
Chris,
it's great.
You can't talk about portions right now. That's not even not even a button. even
I was going to change the topic to my focus was getting that smoke ring on the brisket.
There it is.
If you're going to have real brisket, you have to have that smoke ring, that touch of pink outside the crust. We'll skip over the portion conversation. But,
thank you.
We're focused on Texas flavors, big, bold burritos, and portions will speak for itself.
Exactly.
That's right. The flavor speaks for itself. Hey, so let me ask you a question, man. How did you get into this?
So I grew up outside of Chicago and worked for a fine dining restaurant chain in Chicago that bought Freebirds back in 2007. And I was young and came here and fell in love with the concept. I thought it was just a change of scenery. And then when you're a chef or a culinary person, you normally just focus on food. Freebirds gave me an opportunity to, I like people and talking and that fast car Chicagoan mumbling talk that everyone says I have. It's fun. And this has been an experience that, we can work with our guests, we can work with our tribe and kind of listen to all the feedback that everyone gives us and build better burritos and flavors every year. And that's what's been exciting.
No, definitely. Yeah. I can remember that first, James alluded to this, but the very first time going to a Freebirds, I was probably 17, 18 years old. And I remember going into College Station and there was a line that wrapped around the entire building, that went down the street. I mean, it was like probably maybe 60 people, 70 people in line, 80 people. I don't know. It just seemed like, why are we standing in line for this? And I remember a buddy saying like, dude, you got to get one of these burritos. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, this is a long time, but it went so quick just going through the line. I mean, I don't know if if for anybody that hasn't been out there who've been to a burrito or a Freebirds burrito facility, it's when you get in, like your options are there in front of you and you're ordering, and it's like an assembly line. You're moving right down the line with it. At the very end, your burrito's ready to go, and you're sitting down and you're eating. So it's pretty seamless. And I remember first burrito, I think I ordered, I think it was whatever a monster burrito or what, I can't remember what it was. Dude, I ate that burrito for 3 days. I didn't know what to think. I was like, oh my God, like this is, this for
you
this?
might order the super monster, which is like 2 burritos melded into one. You have to have a small army or multiple days to eat that bag.
Yeah,
right.
No, it's exactly right.
Yeah.
And I remember just sitting like, I cannot believe I just got this whole thing for that much money.
Right.
I remember just sitting like, I'm a broke kid. I'm going into college.
Yeah,
and
definitely, for sure.
I'm like, you're telling me I get all of this for this? No wonder there's a line going around this damn building. And hands down, I never had a burrito. I mean, you go order breakfast, taco, whatever else. I never had a burrito like that in my life. I fell in love immediately right then. I was 17, 18 years old. So I don't know. What about you? Your first time having a Freebirds, what did you think?
For me?
Yep. Yeah.
So coming from Chicago, we didn't have burritos. So outside of Chicago, so I literally flew into Austin, Texas, and had this giant monstrosity dumped in front of me that was like a flavor. It was something I never experienced and fell in love right there. It was we don't use the term "it's your world" service or "it's your world" experience. Like you literally can build whatever you want, however you want, with whatever food we can have at the highest quality. And I thought that was the coolest thing I've ever experienced. So I transitioned from fine dining to Freebirds.
Yeah.
Almost immediately. And I just thought it was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
That's cool, man. That's very cool.
Well, hey, on our podcast, we always do a little like barbecue win, barbecue fail segment, and we always try to like ask people about their fails. I was wondering if you could like share. You said before when you guys did the brisket, it wasn't so great. So like, what are some things that weren't great last time that you think you like really fixed this time?
Improving. Yeah.
So I'll be fully open and transparent. The first year we did brisket, we tried to do it in house, thinking, you can cook and smoke and get it tender, and you just can't do it without a pit and hardwood, which is what we use now. And it has to be a traditional experience for Texas. You can't fake it. You can't add things like liquid smoke or any kind of tenderizers. Like it has to be a fully smoked brisket.
Yeah.
I think that was something that we realized right away, and our guests told us that it has to be Texas. And that's why we say we're Texas's #1 burrito, because whatever a Texan tells us that we should look at, we go look at. And it's a sense of pride that our tribe members and our team has. It like we truly want to have a genuine Texas experience in a way that you probably wouldn't have normally, right? So brisket and burrito is not a normal thing, or like it, it's just something different, but it has to be at the highest level possible. And this year we're so focused on the blandification of food right now is something that I think most people are seeing, and we're going to battle against that. So any way we can find to make our brisket bold or add sauces or things like that, that's what our focus is.
Nice. Yeah.
I'm just glad you introduced me to the word blandification.
Yes,
Yeah,
that
I
was
know, man.
somebody write that down.
I was going to say, I wish I can take credit for that one, but unfortunately I cannot.
I mean, you can. Nobody will know.
Come on.
I was about to need a translation. I'm like, Raul, can you look that word up for me? Thank you.
You have to be different. And if we're going to give someone an experience that they want, you have to have multiple options and multiple layers. And our pre-built burrito, so the smoke show that you guys experience, that's what I developed based on flavor profiles. So I tasted every single item based with the brisket and made that burrito. But you could take brisket and turn it into whatever you want. If you wanted a brisket salad, which I found is an actual thing in Texas, where people put lettuce and then brisket with cheese, queso, ranch. More power to you. Go for it.
Yeah. Add a little guac.
Right.
We're in heaven, man.
Exactly.
Just get rid of the lettuce. Add a tortilla.
I didn't eat the lettuce at the end of the day, so I was trying to be healthy.
You're being healthy at that point. And this is what Texans are. We're healthy. If we're not anything else, we're healthy.
Healthy,
Okay.
active individuals.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Let's
just trying to fuel our badassness.
That's why I have this girlish figure that the last 15 years at Freebirds has given me.
let's go, man. Cheers.
Chris, are you doing any barbecuing at the house or grilling at the house?
So I'm dabbling and learning. I have some very experienced co-workers and tribe members, like our VP of finance. He's been barbecuing, so I'm learning and working through it. I
Nice.
guess you could say.
Nice. I tell you what, man.
I think we need a Freebirds competition, like a Freebird
Dude, let's do that.
backyard throwdown.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's kind of badass.
Yes, that would be super fun.
Let's go, man.
2 months. You give me 2 months to really dial it in. I'm definitely down for that one.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right, we'll be in your corner.
Yeah.
They can go.
I'm whispering in your ear the
They
whole
go,
time.
they go out and get anybody they want. Let's go. Let's throw it out.
Oh, I thought it was me versus you guys.
No.
Well, I thought I had a chance for a second.
We're going up against a VP. So
Yeah.
Oh,
It's an internal cook-off for Freebirds. We're just going to help you win.
I will definitely need your help for that one.
Come on.
We have some great people that born and raised in Texas that have given me a lot of insight, and I can't even imagine the knowledge or how many briskets they've even smoked. Born and raised.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. I'm not sure. I mean, James and I were fortunate enough growing up that, our family either competed in competitions or was just built barbecue pits and sold them. So we kind of grew up in it a little bit. So, I mean, I remember being really young at a river, we're camping, whatever else. And you get a brisket going, it was just normal, at 10 or 12, I probably was cooking my first brisket, like on my own, James, same thing, at 16, 17, we're probably competing at that point, or 18, probably competing. But yeah, we it's kind of weird. You kind of grow up in it, but it's like, what's the, if you're not into World War II, memorabilia or barbecue, but it's going to be something, you're either cutting grass, you're into your lawn, you're into World War II memorabilia,
playing golf,
or you're into barbecue. Okay, let's just be honest.
Yeah, growing up, I tried to relate when I first started at Freebirds, and I was like, growing up, you have Italian sausage with peppers and onions. That's what I grew up with. And I tried to relate to everyone in the conference room, which was every GM, AGM, in the company, and it was like crickets. I was like,
the peppers and sausage.
yeah, I guess I'm in the wrong. So, I've had a great experience just at Freebirds and going through all, Texas being as big as it is, you have multiple levels of barbecue.
Yep.
You have Dallas, North Texas, Central Texas, South Texas, and that changes with wood and all that. So it was a great learning experience to make where our brisket is today. And the pride Texas has about brisket. I'm not going to talk about barbecue sauce or sugar or, Kansas City or, we're not, but pure, it's let the meat speak for itself and the technique, and you add a little bit of flavor with the rub.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. But you guys do have some killer freaking sauces over there. Not just the barbecue sauce. I don't remember what I had the guy there. I was like, put on whatever you would use. And he put on a couple different ones. I don't even know what it was at this point. Probably should have wrote it down. It was delicious. But we did buy a bottle of the hot sauce you guys have there.
Death sauce.
The death
Our
sauce.
sauce.
Dude, that is so good.
Hold it up.
So I'll throw out this probably, and I might get in trouble for this one. We have actually 4 new sauces that are going into tests. We have it coming up soon. So those pre-builds and that experience is just going to continue to explode and get higher and higher.
Nice.
Good.
Awesome.
Hotter and
Nice.
hotter.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like,
Blackberry Reaper sauce, yes.
ooh,
Okay.
geez,
Now we're
man.
talking.
Come
It
on.
starts off quick heat with some habanero, and then the Reaper slowly builds in, and
Yeah.
like it's a painful addiction, is what
Yeah.
I said it was. It's one of those things where you just can't stop. But we have that coming soon.
Nice. Yeah, that's one of those sauces that you eat and you just keep eating because you're afraid not to, right? You just got to keep devouring until you're done.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's going to heat up. Yeah, right. That's
Go big or go home.
Yeah,
Over
right.
and over again.
No, I just want to touch on something real quick, and I think you hit the nail on the head, Chris, when you said that. Was that I think Texas they're very particular about brisket, and it's not because I think it's because it's viewed as very traditional here, and it doesn't have to be I guess the word I'm like, you don't have to do everything. You don't have to have every spice or every seasoning, right? Traditional is that it's kosher salt, number 16 black pepper, right? That's 16 mash or 16. That's kind of the go-to sauce, right? For Texas, and it makes a very traditional bark. It makes a very tasty brisket. But that's what sets the brisket off here, right? It doesn't have to be. You don't have to have 20 different layers of seasoning and sauces and whatever else. And I think you hit the nail on the head right there when you say let the meat speak for itself. And honestly, man, I was really kind of that may be the one thing I was worried about with this brisket. I said, come on, man, they're not that you couldn't have done it because you did do it. But I in my mind, I was like, they're going to do something. They're going to do something. It's going to be this smoky liquid smoke flavor or something. You know what I mean? And I just, I think you guys have hit a freaking home run because you're not doing anything. You're not trying to be extra. You're not trying to be something other than, hey, I'm going to give you a Texas style brisket, and that's what you're doing. You see that all the time. You see people offer a Texas style something on the menu, and you're always underwhelmed. It's because you're cutting a corner. They're like, I don't want to go 16-hour smoke. I want to add the liquid smoke. I want to do it in the oven, and I can pull it out. It'll be the same, and everybody gets on board with it. And it's a corporation that says, yeah, it's great, and we can drive. It'll be great, and whatever. But you guys are like, no, we're going to do a 16-hour smoked brisket. It's going to rest. We're going to cube it. We're going to serve it out to all of our restaurants. It's a limited time. You're not running this as your main menu. So, obviously it gives you creative control. Dude, I'm still blown away by the fucking burrito we just had.
Yeah.
It was amazing, dude. Great job.
So, I'll admit, before this podcast, I had lunch with some people in the office just to remind myself of the experience. Like I was doing it for the first time because I've moved on from brisket. We have other things to look at.
Yep.
And the best thing that I was proud of was the smoke ring and how you could taste brisket. You know, it's not about overpowering the flavors or anything like that. It's about having a smoked brisket, and that flavor is what's important.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So one, I'm like, why is this limited time only?
That's what I was gonna just say.
Yeah.
How long?
Well, because that would make me bored if we didn't do anything new every year.
That's it.
So,
That's it.
you know,
I feel you. I do. Also, I was gonna. Is there a secret menu item or just a hack that you yourself or maybe your coworkers or people that are going out to Freebirds and throwing down a burrito? Because Jan used to tell me about stuff. He used to go to Freebirds and ask for
I got my go-to.
certain stuff, and I was like, I've never even heard of any of that stuff. I think you were talking about the quesarita.
I still do when some restaurants will do it for you. Some are like, I don't know what you're talking about, but I still do my burritos the quesarito style, which I think is phenomenal, to be honest with you. But if you don't know what it is, Matt or John,
I'm waiting.
you take your tortilla and you fill it full of cheese and you smash it on that press to where like you're making a quesadilla. Then you pull it off there and you peel it back, and then you build your burrito out of that. That way you have this melted cheese and you have this crunchy outside a little bit. Yeah.
Is this a viable? Is this made up?
No, it's not made up. It's a real thing.
That's a real thing. And then we have the super monster. That's a real thing.
That's exactly right.
Literally, and I've actually been on a newscast trying to eat super monster burrito versus someone else. It is the biggest burrito. But what I'm going to throw out here right now, I'm going to come make you guys some quesaritos.
Hey,
Let's
all
go.
right. I was about to say, if I have a super monster queso burrito, I might have to like hibernate for a few days. I'm just gonna,
Or at least have an appointment for your cardiologist afterwards.
Yeah,
Right.
Matt's gonna have to fast for like about a week.
Oh, that's funny. No, man. So yeah, you got any food hacks at Freebirds? Something that it's kind of like on the menu that maybe it was on the menu at one point and not, or anything else? You're like, no, this is the style.
So to be honest, this year we are putting out all my food hacks on. So that smoke show, that's the burrito I used to eat.
Nice.
Without ever putting out there. Coming up, we have our prime rib LTO. That's going to be a riff on a Philadelphia cheesesteak burrito. And
Oh my god.
that was something I like. So everything that you guys will experience this year is my hacks, pretty much.
Come on, man. Nice.
I'm giving all my secrets out, I guess.
Yeah.
Talking about. So how long does each one of these specials run for? Like how long is this brisket going to be on the menu for?
So most of them last about 90 days. So we started in April, it'll end early July, and then we roll right back into prime rib after that, and then followed up with birria.
Oh, jeez, I cannot
Lord.
wait.
Oh, that sounds
Idiot.
good.
Birria, I know it's not a smoked brisket, but
Yeah.
I
So good.
definitely that one's near and dear to my heart.
Yeah. No, I'm super excited. Hey, what part of Chicago are you originally from?
So I was born right outside of Schaumburg Hoffman Estates, and then went to high school in Crystal Lake, and then worked in Chicago before I moved to Texas.
Okay, so if Chicago's sitting there, you're on the what side of Chicago?
The west side.
West side. Okay.
So if you go about 40 minutes outside of Chicago is where I basically grew up.
Okay. Yeah. So I travel to Chicago a lot, but our headquarters is out of Northbrook. So yeah,
That's a pricey area in Northbrook.
it can be. Yeah.
Yes. So I'm basically 30 minutes up. So my whole family lived in that area: Northbrook, Elmhurst,
Okay.
Bolingbrook, Naperville, and then my family moved out to the boonies in Crystal Lake when I was older.
No,
if you want to set up your little Freebirds date or whatever, we can just step out while you get.
y'all can if you want. Hey, if you just shut the door behind you, if you would, that'd be great.
All I heard was Camp Crystal Lake.
That was something I heard a lot growing up. Yep.
Yeah, I know.
Freddy Cougar, yeah, all that.
Thanks, Jan.
Yeah, right. It's a sound effect.
Really
Yeah.
good sound effect.
It's a sound effect. I'm working on them. It's
That's
fine.
Raul.
Yeah.
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 Man.
Yeah.
Well, so man, listen, we are super excited to have you on. And this is not the end, by the way. I'm not glossing over this, whatever. But yeah, man, I don't know. Your burrito, the Texas burrito or the Texas smoke show that ends in July, you're coming out with what's the next one you said?
Prime rib.
The prime rib. Oh my God.
Yes.
Let's
It's basically a prime rib burrito that will include queso, peppers and onions, and pickled jalapenos. So a throwback to kind of where I grew up with the peppers and onions.
Yep.
But basically the best Philly cheesesteak burrito you could ever have.
There it is.
It's phenomenal. And I will peek under the tent. We're even exploring more. So barbecue wise, it's a jalapeno cheddar sausage burrito.
Mm.
That sounds
Little-
good.
It was pretty good. We just tasted that last week, and it was kudos. Let's
Yeah,
just put
you're
it
like,
Yeah.
Man, I
Put it
want
on-
his job.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
no,
right.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it was great. So, we'll focus on, Texas is barbecue, number one, like through and through. It's important to this, this region, and it's become important to us. So we're going to keep focusing on it.
Hey, barbecue is red hot, man. I mean, if you look at the last 10 years, barbecue has been hitting all the different barbecue networks, the barbecue shows that are on TV, Netflix, and
Yep.
everybody's been on a show except for us, it seems like. And I'm like, Jesus, man, how do we get on a show?
We run our own shows. So
I know.
We're good.
I mean,
Actually, maybe that's the next step, right? Freebirds and you guys turn it into a new show on Netflix. And then we can all retire and be happy.
yeah. I mean, if you're if you're loving what you're doing,
Cheers to that.
are you even retiring at that point? No.
No, I will never stop cooking. It's joy that you can give to anyone that you come across. That's the end of the day experience.
No, you're totally right. It's that look. It's that moment when somebody is
The
eating
smile,
something. Yeah.
where their lip goes up a little bit,
Mhm.
and like they get that smirk, and their eyes start to twinkle a little bit, and you're like,
Yeah.
nope, I just hit it on the head.
Yeah. I just got you. I just hooked you right now. And
That
I'm reeling-
is
I'm reeling
truly
in.
why I do this job.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris, is there anything you won't put in a tortilla?
No, tortilla is a vessel, right? So if a guest and people or trends tell us it should be in a tortilla, let's try it. I did throw out there like a Thanksgiving burrito once, and I was called crazy. So maybe 10 years now, that'll be the next LTO, but
I think you're onto something. I think right
Right?
now you
You're
could
thinking
throw a
way
little,
too far in the future.
no, a little,
I
a
think
little
we
sweet
might be there
potato.
now.
No,
Yeah.
a little sweet potato.
Frito pie burrito, where
That I could
you
do.
have a Texas chili with Fritos and queso wrapped in for. I'm telling you, tortilla is a vessel.
It is, yeah.
The
What about
whole
a
reason we say it's your world, it's whatever we can have, you put it in the burrito. If you tell us you want it, let's do it.
There it
Let's
is.
try it.
yeah? What about a this is more probably like a drunk burrito. What about chicken fried steak cut up with mashed potatoes and gravy into a burrito?
It's like your Thanksgiving burrito.
Maybe we should try a poll. If you guys someone wants fried chicken burrito, I will find a way to make it happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll put it out. Hey, we're going to put it out there to the Grabbing the Brisket listeners right now. We need to know. Right now. Do you want a chicken fried steak burrito with mashed potatoes? What do you prefer
Gravy?
with that? Gravy, ranch style beans.
Ooh.
Whoa,
No,
lost me. Lost me.
So, we'll talk about that because I already have ideas of what we can change.
Yeah.
So you're actually onto something we've talked about before. So
Nice.
Have you
Nice.
done Nashville hot?
You're ruining all this stuff.
Get
going
out
on.
of here.
I was gonna say,
Get out of Chris's
Now
head.
we're just turned into
Just stop.
a
Just stop.
so right here is pretty much almost everything you guys have talked about.
That's all.
It's
Man.
about 14 years worth of recipes I've developed over the
Come on.
last years, and
Come on.
it's gone pretty crazy. And what we would try, or what I would try.
What a fun job. You get to just be creative all the time.
I know, man. I know. This is you got a great
It
job.
really is. It's a great experience. Anytime I see that little corner of someone's mouth go up with a smile, that was a job well done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
From what I tasted today, everything, it was definitely a job well done. Chris, I think we need to try to plan to do this again sometime soon. This was
agree.
amazing. Yeah.
I think,
thank you.
I think
Are
we
you
need to come up to Austin and just see how.
just have him cook it for us right there?
Yeah. All right.
I will go through a whole day. We'll open up this recipe book. You guys tell me what you want, and we'll go through it.
Come on.
I love it. I love it. So if folks want to find, obviously they know where you can find a Freebird, go on the website. Is there any social medias personally you want to plug or anything like that?
Just our Instagram, freebirds.com, our Facebook page. But no, really, it's all about this experience. This has been great. This is actually a new one for me. I did a few other ones, and this has been fun. The other ones, you start cooking it live, and you start sweating, and you're like, oh, I got to talk while cooking. So this has been great. It's a fun experience.
Man, we appreciate
We'll
it, man.
definitely plan to do this again.
This is
Definitely, we're gonna have Freebirds 2.0 coming up here shortly.
No,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can just make a common occurrence, or we can all make a whole new thing where you guys tell us what kind of barbecue items you want in a burrito. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be honest, that's right down our wheelhouse, because me and Jan and probably to these guys as well, like we pretty much just put everything in tortillas. I mean, in the morning you wake up, breakfast. I don't know if Freebird's thinking about breakfast menu items going on, but that would be one thing to look at. But if we wake up, breakfast, lunch, dinner, everything's going into tortillas, whether we're doing brisket tacos or we're doing you name it.
It seems wrong sometimes, but then when you're doing, you're like,
so right.
It's so right.
It is.
It's so right.
That's it's so wrong, but yet so right.
But when you eat all 3 meals and everything was in a tortilla, you're like, what have I done to myself? What I made
so good.
I made pork chops earlier, and now I'm eating it in a tortilla. You know what I mean? Like, what am I
I
doing?
would say I think you just saved on dishes.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
right.
Yeah.
Like you just made your whole life easier putting in tortilla.
You're welcome, babe. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. She's gonna kill me saying that.
I was gonna say
I'm gonna sleep on the couch tonight.
You won't hear it tonight.
Right. Oh man,
Chris, hey, we thank you for jumping on the Grabbing the Brisket podcast. It's been a blast. We've had fun. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule to shoot a little shit with us and listen to us to be little idiots. But hey, we appreciate Freebirds, and man, I'm excited to get out there and maybe give the smoke show another go round.
that's
well,
right.
I truly appreciate it, and it's been fun talking through the process. And then I can't wait to see you guys what you guys come up with that you want me to put in a burrito next. So that's I'll throw that challenge down.
Let's
Come
go.
on.
It's coming up.
Let's go.
Well,
There
too
we go.
bad you already got the brisket, because that would have been the Grabbing the Brisket burrito.
Yeah.
But we're gonna come up with something different.
Challenge accepted.
There it is. Hey,
All right.
cheers, Chris.
Thanks, brother.
Cheers, brother.
All right,
Have a
thanks,
good night.
guys. Appreciate it. Have a good one.
Hey, listeners, ever been at an event or business gathering and noticed that one thing just stands out? A simple item, but with a touch of personalization.
Bro, I know exactly what you're talking about. CoolieNation.com, it's all about making an impression. Custom designed coolies that aren't just about keeping your drink cold, they're making a statement.
Exactly. And for businesses out there, listen up. Whether it's in a corporate event or your product launch or you're promoting your own brand, these custom coolies can be your next big marketing win.
Imagine your logo or brand message right there in the hands of potential clients, partners, and customers. It's subtle yet impactful.
The quality and design of flexibility they offer, top tier. It's not just a promotional item, it's an experience.
So for everyone looking to make their mark, whether it's in business or just adding a personal touch,
Dive into CoolieNation.com.
Elevate your brand, elevate your events.
With CoolieNation, every sip is more than just refreshment, it's recognition. Make it count.
So head over to CoolieNation.com/brisket and get your hookup.
You know what I'm glad about?
Yeah.
I'm just glad that we got to try that brisket burrito and I didn't have to fake liking it.
No, I know.
I'm really happy that
I'll
that
tell
was
you.
the case.
I'll tell you right now. I wouldn't have faked it.
I mean,
I know,
there's
I
a
know.
lot on social media that they just fake
Yeah.
stuff.
You can't do it. I'm telling you. I would be like, hey man, listen, you missed the mark.
Here's
Right.
how you could do better.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Smoke it next time, right?
Right.
But you didn't have to go that route. Like it had the qualities. It had everything that I if I was going to make a brisket burrito, I'm like, it had all the flavors there that I wanted it to have, right? That I would have wanted in. So, but it tells you right there. I mean, it's a 14, 16-hour smoke that they're doing on the briskets, all their briskets, and it's all being done at a one facility and then pushed out to all their other things. So you have a quality control. You know, you're able to ensure that you're getting the best quality and whatever else. I mean, obviously the margins have to be there in order to make this work. But yeah, listen, guys, if you're out there and you don't have a Freebirds next to you or around you, and maybe you get 1, 2, or 3 hours away, get in the car and drive, right? Who cares, right? Take the day off,
Right.
go have a burrito. You're going to thank us, okay? If there's one in a neighboring state, maybe there's one in Texas and you're living in Arkansas or something.
Just check out the
Hey,
airfares.
what
they're
I'm
always
s-
having cheap flights going out everywhere.
Exactly. What I'm saying to you right now is if you don't do this before, I don't know, maybe like the second week in July, maybe the first week in July, you're not going to have it. And that's
You're gonna
going to be
miss it.
on you. You're going to be the one sitting back going, damn, I wish I could have got some of that Freebirds burrito, that Texas smoke show, but you didn't. You sat on the couch like a bump on a log and just dreamed about it.
Right.
Well,
And
don't
hey,
dream.
Also,
Okay.
like if you go there and you make your own Texas smoke show burrito or bowl or whatever,
That's right.
and you just mod it yourself. Like you can put whatever you want on this thing.
Yeah.
I was like a little bit because you go online and they only give you like 6 options to put on this thing. So
Because
I
it's,
get-
it's a
there's
pre.
so
it's a,
much more there.
Yeah, but it's a pre-made burrito. This is his. This
That's
was
his
his
recipe.
This is
A
his recipe.
smokehouse or-
Correct.
yeah.
It's the only guy to put on there the corn. But I get everything else on there.
Correct. But if you
So-
go in store,
Yep.
man, you can sit there and load it up with the
Yep.
full
You can.
barrage of ingredients. And you touched on it a little bit earlier when we were like the first visit in College Station, and you're looking at that, and it's when you first see it, and I know you got other chains that have probably like copied it by now, but when you get there in your line, there's like, my God, there's so many different ingredients that you could just sit here and just slap on this thing. It's just not like you're not putting just rice and meat and beans and that's it.
Yeah, right.
It literally, you have choices, and if you wanted to go this or that, if you want to go 3 protein, whatever it is, and all the different
If you want all
the
proteins,
sauces, and
You just want every piece of meat
Yeah.
they carry, right? Give me all of that stuff. Add the potatoes on there, no rice and nothing else. You can
Yeah.
do it. It's whatever
So,
you want.
yeah, for me, it was very like my first time. I was like, oh yeah, I get that.
It's the pressure.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Well,
I'm like,
'cause you-
okay,
'cause you
hurry
got
up.
somebody behind you.
Yeah, there's somebody behind
You
me.
couldn't take your time.
Correct. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like, I just want that. I want that. Let me go here. Let's do this. And no idea about the quesarita style. I don't even, is it on the menu? Does it
No.
say quesarita?
No,
No.
it does not.
Okay.
No.
Well, people know that out there now. And so they're going to be going there and it's like, what the
So-
quesarita?
That's a
Yeah.
that's a pro tip. You're welcome, and you will be thanking me later for this one.
Yeah.
'Cause
Other
it's
pro
that good.
tip is ask for double meat, like Matt did.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's
Not that you need it because it already came with a shit ton, but Matt's looked like it was.
Hi, I'm Dave, host of the Beer in Front podcast. Every week, I'll talk about a beer that maybe we've forgotten along the way while we're getting those check-ins and badges. Sometimes I'm going to talk about a new beer that has potential to be a classic. You could check out the podcast wherever you listen, or you could catch videos over on YouTube and TikTok. Remember, sometimes the beer in front of you is the best one yet. Cheers.
Pretty good.
Listen, I've been at a Freebirds one time where I ordered so many items into it. I'm like, no, double chicken, double steak, right? I'm like, just go all the
How do
way
they
in.
close it?
Hey, they couldn't close it, so they actually got out another tortilla, and they're like, and they just did it, and I was like, I'm looking at them, they're like, no, there's no charge. I was like, no, you can charge the extra tortilla. Like, what is that? And they're like, well, normally we charge for this. I was like, oh no, I can't afford that. I am like,
cheapskate.
I got like $9 in my pocket right
Doing
now.
that little count.
Right.
Like,
Right. I was like, and they're like, nah, it's good. Right.
No.
No. Also at Freebirds, you know, the wrapper, right? How you actually eat a Freebird or a burrito from if there's a style, the way they roll it, how you peel each layer back. You know, when you're in Freebird, especially ones that have been around for a while, you know, used to people made art out of the tinfoil. And you would leave that laying around, and then the next time you came back, you go like, oh man, I made that or whatever else. If it was good, it was horrible.
Just threw in the trash.
They're
Just
throwing
out
it
of here.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, you have that. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's just kind of a cool. It's just always been a cool environment. I don't know, man. I can't say enough about Freebirds. I was very, very super grateful that that we've even gotten to collab or even just have these guys come on the show. So it's cool, man. Yeah.
Yeah, get out there and eat some Freebirds. So look.
No, exactly right.
Oh man, do we have any fails? Is this the end?
I think we're right there.
We're at the
I
end.
think we're up against it, as they say.
We are.
But yeah, so we don't have any wins or fails, I don't think, this week. If we do, I did not sift through the emails enough to find them. But if you have one you want to send in, you can definitely do that. Send us an email, info@grabtheminthebrisket.com, or you can leave us a voicemail. It's super easy, 434-829-2299. Or just any of our social medias, reach out to us. Both of them are at @grabtheminthebrisket.
Yeah, if you want to call into the hotline and say, "Hey, John's a bitch," or
Yeah.
Matt's a wiener, or you know, Jan's awesome, you know, feel free to call in and leave
Just
that
anything but Jan's a bitch.
Yes.
Anything.
Yeah.
but
Actually,
that.
do
Please
all three
don't.
of those, because I
Yeah.
definitely won't edit it together to say
if you
Jan's a bitch wiener.
if you want that, then go ahead. Also, check out the website, right? GrabTheBrisket.com. We're not the best at updating, I will tell you that. But we do. We do. John does a great job. I don't think we do the best job, us three. But all in all, it's there, right?
It's a work in progress.
It is, but you can see all the beers we reviewed. You can see how we've ranked them. You can see the lowest that we've ever done, the highest that we've ever done. You can see the swag shop. You can see pictures. When we're going places and doing stuff, all that gets uploaded there, right? So you can see our memories and whatever else. You can what else is on there? We've got a blog. You can see the blogs. You can see the food that we're putting out there.
Some recipes on there.
That's
links
right.
to our social medias. All of our podcast links are on there. Find all the stuff on there.
You can. So hey, check us
Man.
out. Let us know what you think.
There's so much stuff on the internet, guys.
yeah,
I mean,
there
there's a
is.
lot of stuff out there.
Yeah. Some would say it's a World Wide Web.
Yeah.
But yeah,
www.
check us out, and if we can improve upon this, let us know how we can do it. Listen, it's not just about barbecue or anything else. If you're winning, you're failing. You know, when you're failing, you're learning, and even now, we want to learn from our mistakes or anything else. So help us out, and we definitely appreciate the listen.
Yeah, and I guess the only thing that I can say is, hey, cheers to you guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cheers
thanks, man.
to Chris coming on here doing the podcast.
Chris with a C.
And it's been great talking barbecue with you.
Peace.
Thanks, everybody. We've been great.
As we close out, big thanks to SmokerBuilder.com and the NBBQA for their unwavering support.
Absolutely. And cheers to Barbecue News Magazine, Sucklebusters, and Dalstrong Knives for their contributions.
And you know YETI always has our back, and CoolieNation ensures our drinks stay perfectly cold.
Lastly, props to Cambro Manufacturing and, of course, the Spicy Nut, the Chicks at Smoke Seasoning. Thanks to all for powering this show.
Until next time, keep smoking.